How does God give us wisdom? In James chapter 1, James writes that if anybody lacks wisdom, they should ask God and that God would give them wisdom. Well, what is wisdom? Wisdom is an understanding of life. How are we meant to work? How are we meant to live? How do we become in harmony with the principles of who we are and how we relate to others and how we relate to our environment? Wisdom gives us the best life, or as the writer of Proverbs says, it's more valuable than all of the jewels, the rubies, all of the precious metals in the world to have wisdom, because your life can live at its best. Well, what could stop us from having wisdom? And how would God want to give it to us? Well, what stops us oftentimes is we have a need to be right. We only look for the things that prove that we're right. Some would call this confirmation bias, or I would call it loop thinking. We're just thinking about being right, so we're only looking for those certain things because we have a need within us to be right. And I would argue that that need within us can stop us from having wisdom, because it narrows life down and it tries to deal with our great need of wanting to be right. Well, how does God deal with this? How does he give it to us? He gives it to us through his love for us on the cross. There we find righteousness in Jesus Christ. There we find forgiveness for our faults. So once we have a sense of righteousness in our life, we don't need to be right anymore. That is dealt with, and now we can listen, we can understand, we can learn, we can see life in a bigger way. And as a result, our life becomes enriched. Hey, if this For the Curious is helpful for you and you'd like to see more, just press like, subscribe, and follow. If this issue on how do you get wise in your life would help some of your friends on your friends list, feel free to share it. But in any case, as we say, salam alaikum, the paz de dias en tu viaje. Hey, God's peace be with you on your journey.